Good day everyone. Welcome to the Certified Math Majors channel. Now today I will be discussing how to solve a system of linear equations in two variables using the shortcut method. So, in order for us to be able to understand the correct process of doing the shortcut method, I chose to give this very simple system of linear equations in two variables as my first example. Now, to solve this system of equations using the shortcut method, we always have to solve for the first variable. Now, the variables are x and y. Now, in the alphabet, x comes before y. So we have to solve first for x. Now, the first method or the first step that you're going to do, and I want you to take note of each of the steps because you cannot interchange steps. The first step is to multiply this one. So I put 1 there because that is very important. You cannot just choose to multiply any of the numbers found in the system as your step 1. It has to be the coefficient of the it has to be the constant of the second equation and the coefficient of y in the first equation. So you multiply the two, 1 times 1, that gives you 1. Operation sign is minus. The next process or the next numbers that you're going to multiply is the coefficient of y in the second equation and the constant of the first equation. So I'll put this as number 2 because this will be the second pair of numbers that you're going to multiply. In any system of equations that you're going to solve using this shortcut method, this is always the order of the multiplications that you're going to do. So negative 1 because the coefficient of y here is negative 1 times 1, that gives you negative 1. All over. Third step is this. Coefficient of x in the second equation times the coefficient of y in the first equation. That's your third product. 1 times 1 is 1 minus, that's the operation sign. It's always minus as the operation sign. Finally, the fourth one is the coefficient of y in the second times the coefficient of x in the first. Negative 1 times 1, that gives you negative 1. So you can now solve for x. That gives you 1 minus negative 1, that's 2. And then x, 1 times negative 1 is 1. 1 plus 1, that gives you 2. That gives you a value of x which is equals to 1. Now, since you have the value of x, you can solve for y. So choose any of the two equations, substitute the value of x, that will give you y. So if I will choose the first equation, I will have x plus y equals 1. The value of x is 1, so just substitute 1 plus y equals 1, then transpose 1, y equals 1 minus 1, which gives you 0. So the solution is 1 and 0. So if you're going to check the answer for each of the equation, you will notice that it will result into an equation wherein both sides are the same, which indicates that our answer is correct. And even if you're going to use this using the conventional method, like the substitution method, the elimination method, or the use of determinants, you will always find out that you will always have the same answer, 1 and 0. Next, let's have another example. What if I have 2x plus 4y equals 6 and 5x minus 3y equals negative 11. Okay, so we'll solve this one using the shortcut method. We'll solve for x, because again, x comes first before x comes before y. So first is this. That's the same process that we did earlier. We always have to multiply these two numbers first all the time in any given system. So you have negative 11 times 4, that's negative 44, minus, the operation sign is always minus. The second order of numbers that you're going to multiply is negative 3 times 6, that gives you negative 18. Next is you have this 5 times 4, you have 20, and lastly you have this minus negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. So you can now solve for x. You have negative 44 plus 18 over 26. Now x is negative 44 plus 18, that gives you negative 26, over 26, that gives you negative 1. So your x here is negative 1. To solve for y, I can choose any of the equations. Let me choose the first equation, 2x plus 4y equals 6. So 2 times negative 1 plus 4y equals 6. That gives you negative 2 plus 4y equals 6. 4y, transpose the negative 2, that becomes 2. So you have 6 plus 2, 8y is equals to 2. So the solution to this system is negative 1 and 2. So if you're going to substitute these values to each of these equations, this will give you an equation wherein both sides are equal, so indicating that the answer is correct. And then if you're going to solve this system using the conventional methods of solving a system of linear equations in two variables, you will still obtain the same answer, which is negative 1 and 2. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys learned some new mathematics techniques. So please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so that you will be updated for the succeeding math videos that we will have. So once again, thank you for watching, and enjoy learning.